I'm here today to talk about the Noumena. What is this Noumena? I would like to start with a quote. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. If any of you agree with this statement, then please I invite you to raise your hands. For those of you who don't believe in this statement, I shall hope that by the end of my speech, you'll have changed your mind. As a child, I enjoyed a life where things were accepted without necessarily being questioned. A life where having a monster in your bedroom, or seeing what people vulgarly call a ghost, or even experiencing an encounter with a UFO was okay. I was raised with the awareness that light doesn't always help us see. Rather, it often deals with things our human mind is not programmed to understand. But to avoid giving you a headache and to stop you from doubting my mental health, let me try and explain my point from a more human-friendly perspective. The question of reality has animated debate within the field of philosophy for centuries. People felt there was something beyond what they were experiencing on a physical level and sought answers. Now let me ask you this simple question. How do you know something exists? I can tell you exist because I can see you, I can hear you, I could touch you. I'm not going to touch you, but I could. I can smell you, no offense. And I could, when we get to the end of this, I could even taste you. What I'm trying to say in a very awkward, creepy way is that material existence is entirely dependent on human perception. But what about the immaterial existence? What about the unseen? We all know it's out there, all around us, but for some reason, we choose to ignore what we cannot understand. Religion explains the unseen through dogmas and faith, but philosophy goes a step further. Do any of you know what the word philosophy means? Philosophy is the love for knowledge. It is the search for the true nature of knowledge. So how does philosophy explain the unseen? It is not my intention here today to give you a full lecture on all the school of thoughts that have inquired the unseen. However, I do want to mention a well-known German gentleman who did help me understand some of the bizarre and unique experiences I had throughout my life. Let me introduce you to... Oops, that was meant to go out. Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant acknowledged the existence of objects outside human observation. In fact, he was a proponent of a subjective form of reality. What does that mean? It means that human perception, and this is where the glasses have to pop up, human perception is like wearing filtered glasses. If the filters were, say, green, the actual reality would not be green at all. It would be maybe another color, blue, green, red. If we were to take the filters off, however, we would see reality in its true color. But that would be physically impossible, wouldn't it? At this point, Kant comes to the conclusion that as humans, we are limited to what he calls the phenomenal world. We only have access to the phenomenal world, which is the world we can experience with the senses. And we cannot tap into the noumenal world, which is the world as it is in itself. And here is where we fall apart, because I truly believe that as humans, we have the ability to tap into the noumena. But what is this noumena? Noumena can be many different things. It holds many possible meanings depending on your personal beliefs. Noumena can be the domain of the divine, where God, spirits, and other supernatural entities reside. Noumena can be the mind, where concepts and abstractions exist independently to physical reality. Or Noumena can be the truth, that truth that transcends our limited sensory experience, the truth that lies beyond the veil of appearances. Now, I'm sure that most of you may not even agree a little bit with what I'm saying. But you know what? Guess why? Why do you think you don't agree? Because you're human. We're humans. And as humans, we're locked in a physical world. Unfortunately, we don't have a full awareness of what we really are. We are at the same time physical beings. We have an intellect and we are spiritual creatures. Now, I know the world may seem a better place with filters on. I know that. We all know that. But would you not want to see what is really out there? And by out there, I'm not talking about monsters and ghosts. No, I'm talking about feeling all the dimensions that live within us and unleash our immense potential. The unseen is unseen because we intentionally look right through it. And sadly, we have the ability to do that. We have the ability to shut out whatever we cannot understand, because it is a human need to understand things. We need to understand things so that we can respond to them. We can predict them, we can control them, without silencing any surprise of that. I want you to think about your childhood. Think about when things really surprised you. Would you not want to go back to re-experience such a wonderful feeling? Yes or no? So, I would like to conclude my speech with this quote by J.J. Gibson. It's saying, knowing is an extension of perceiving. Now that you know a little bit more about the Noumena, I invite you to take your filters off and unveil the unseen. Thank you.